Hi, my name is 46-year-old male. In October, I experienced what I think was my first seizure. I remember waking up. I remember walking out of the bathroom and woke up on the floor. I have had 2 more seizures since December. I am currently having memory issues. Is this normal? Will I ever get back to normal? I've noticed a few other things that I feel like I can deal with. I'm more concerned about the long-term effects. 3 seizures in 6 months scares me. Yeah.
The
The
memory
First
loss
5
scares
months of
me.
this year so far, I've only had 2. So
Noise.
3 in
I'm
6
also
months.
at 2 grand malls. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've had at least 2, but maybe more.
Oh, I think I'm freezing.
Is you none right now? None this year?
None this
Huh?
year? Ooh, good job. Not me.
Oh, I'm crossing my fingers. Sorry, knocking on wood.
My last one was in March or February, Grand
Oh,
Mal.
wow.
Oh, okay.
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 All right.
My last one was February, and then the one 2 nights ago before
Mine
that.
was 7 days, but then I mean, I've had other ones just small,
Yeah.
not like full on screaming Japanese ghost lady.
Yeah.
Mine was my last was April 11th, but then like the focal awares and focal unawares, they're like sporadic, like
Oh,
here
yeah.
and there.
Yeah,
So I
that's what
had
I'm
one
saying.
of
I'm
those
sure I've had
awares
something
yesterday.
else, but
But yeah, I'm going on 1 month in a couple days.
yeah.
Lord wants me.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Hooray. That is
yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring up everyone to my neurologist. If everyone has a question you want me to ask my neuro, let me know. I'll ask them.
Okay.
Um,
Let me think. Well, I have to see my neurologist in June, and I had a lot of questions for him, but I haven't written them down because I'm being bad. I should have already you should write them down when you think of them if you've
Yeah.
got memory problems, right?
I say that all the time. I should write this down because I'm
I should
thinking
write
about
this
it.
down 'cause I won't.
See,
yeah.
I
that's what
forget I
scares
said I
me.
should write it down when I start looking around for a pencil.
I got
Yeah.
a journal on my app, and that's where I write it down. It's like, all right, let me look at this.
There you go.
The memory loss is what scares me the most. I haven't really dealt with memory loss issues too much, or really at all, I should say. I mean, just as like a 25-year-old kid, sorry, I don't mean to like
No.
feel like I deserve more, but like it's just as scary to me to think that like I just spent 6 years in college, and
Right.
to imagine like that could be pointless a decade from now because of my memory loss issues is just scary.
Yeah. I always feared like Alzheimer's and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's one of my medications that my husband he wants me to get off of is because of it's almost 100% that if you're on it for a long time, you will get dementia. And so I agreed to try to get off it, even though it works fairly well, I suppose.
I told my mom, I was like, if that's the scariest thing that she could ever develop is dementia or Alzheimer's. Like the day she forgets me or something like that is seriously the day I lose all hope in life, like all motivation.
yeah.
I'm here.
Hey, I always got you guys now. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's right.
So earlier you were saying we should ask everybody what they're taking and like see what goes on the list.
Just do a little post on the subreddit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
when you said that, I did it. So
Okay. Here, I'll go
someone
first.
said, I'm on 2,000 milligrams of Keppra daily, and it has been amazing for me. I haven't had a rage or depression. It's controlling my seizures, and my mood is much better. I'm 35, and I was just diagnosed in February. Never had seizures before. Oh, this is only the beginning for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And they're on 2,000 milligrams of Keppra daily, and it's amazing for him. I love
Since
that.
February, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty early in
It is
the
pretty
season, but I
early.
mean,
Yeah.
hey, if
But
it
the fact
works,
that he's
that's
taking
great,
2,000
right?
and it's been since February and he says he still hasn't had those issues, I mean, come on. Like, that's kind of a
Yeah,
success story right there. Like,
Right.
that's great.
Um,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just surprised. Like he's like it's a success story, but then like you're taking 2,000 milligrams. That's a lot to go straight to.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, maybe at
yes,
35 it's
yes.
different. You're a little older, metabolism's different, but
It was like, oh yeah, dude, we got to real quick.
well, what
Yeah, I don't know.
did anyone else get put on a high dosage their first time? Their first uh
I
prescription?
I first was Tegatrol, and I can't remember the dosage.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on Tegatrol, Carbatrol.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I've been on Dilatin. I've been on Lamictal twice.
Wow.
Um, I've been on Capra. I've been on so
mhm,
many. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm currently on mefloquimide and lacosamide and clonazepam.
Okay,
It's like
so
Yeah.
I have taken all three of those, and I still have the clonazepam. Mhm.
What is clonazepam?
It's Clonopin.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's one of the benzos.
one of the
Yeah.
benzos.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the one that he's worried about me getting dementia from.
It's
Yeah.
That's it.
basically it was given me for a rescue medicine, but
Oh,
now
really?
they have
So
me
they gave
taking it.
you that one as your rescue med because they gave me the lorazepam as my rescue med, but then put me on 3 milligrams of clonazepam a day.
Yeah, they gave me that as the disintegrating pill.
Right.
Plus, I had to take a pill of clonazepam every night since
Right.
um that one cluster seizure
Mm-hmm. Yep. That I'm supposed
because
to
the
take.
seizure lasted for like hours.
Yeah. I know. I've had one just regular. Well, I shouldn't call it regular, but I was a plain seizure, plain grand mal or whatever, last 45 minutes, and he gave me. My husband gave me two of the you guys call it differently.
Nasalium.
Nasalium, okay, and then
Yeah.
two of the lorazepam, and I still didn't come out. So of course that means a trip to the ER and stuff. But yeah, the clusters that just go on and on and on, and the status. If you go into status, oh god,
Oh, I wrote a topic about that
ugh,
because I didn't know. I
it's
wrote it
awful.
was micro versus status epilepticus.
Yes, it's status epilepticus, indeed. That's what I did on voting day this past year, or this past voting for President's Day. I
Yeah.
was in the ER in status epilepticus.
I
So
mean, come on, it's a stressful day.
What is
I
that?
didn't
This
get
is
to vote. I
I
didn't get to
refuse to
vote.
vote. I refuse to vote in the presidential election. I'll vote all local. Get rid
I
of the
didn't even.
electoral college. That's just un-American.
Well, yeah, the electoral college is pretty
Oh
effed up,
yeah,
but
n- oh yeah, oh yeah, like oh yeah, this like the voting day and stuff like that. Just I mean, like I just didn't really want to vote. Like I mean, like I was scared for both presidents and stuff like that. I mean, people. I mean, people were telling me both presidents, and you know, like, and for me, like I didn't even want to speak out, honestly.
Fair. I mean, the sad thing is that like one of my best friends is a very autistic 28-year-old man who lives alone, but his father kind of comes over, takes care of him and stuff.
mhm.
His disability money is gone, like gone. Like it just
Yeah.
stopped entirely. And
Really? Why?
yeah, because the current administration has
They
paused
took away his
all
disability.
they paused it. They've
They
paused it.
Are they going to do
Um,
that to epilepsy patients who have managed to
I
jump through
haven't
all the
heard
freaking
yet,
hoops?
but I know it's also happening to
It's
families
scary
with
with this
children.
administration, even for people who are still trying to get,
Mhm.
like me and you, Pookie.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Oh, oh my God.
Yeah, like my mom worked. My
I
mom.
Oh,
managed to
this.
get it. I managed to get it, but I mean, I haven't even made it through the, amount of time
Like,
to
Oh,
get
this.
Medicaid or anything like that.
My mom helps families who have children with like birth defects and stuff
Right.
deal with like the financial stuff, and
Yeah.
all of their money got paused as well, like, and they
Oh,
use that to
fucking
pay for rent
hell.
and everything. And
No
um
way.
yeah, it's just a scary thing that,
That's
like, I
terrifying.
don't
Both
know.
me and my husband are 100% disabled.
Yeah, and just to think that, at some point we could be considered, expendable or worthless or whatever. I don't know. Just don't like the
it's like
thought.
this administration is trying to take away the infrastructure of like everything, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with the
and I'm
And
not just going to say
Mhm.
us,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
disabled people rely on.
And I don't necessarily just want to blame the administration, because I think everyone could be doing a little bit better job. Like, sure, the current
Yeah.
administration is not
Yeah, but how
doing a
did
good
it get to the
job.
point where they were able to just cut it like that, right? Somebody had to make it
The
that
lack of checks
easy.
and balances, no, it's literally because our checks and balance system is like a gentleman's agreement. It's not actually written into law. Like, Trump doesn't have to go by what the courts say
Mm,
legally. He has no legal precedent to do that. He's allowed to go against them.
mm.
But all we can do is just sue him over that for being like unconstitutional, and then we have to go through a whole legal process, which lasts
Mm.
4 or 5 years, and he'll be out of the presidency by then. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go,
that's so
go ahead.
scary.
No,
Oh, God.
I spent the last 6 years in college doing business economics, learning why tariffs are terrible for everyone other than corporations,
Hmm.
and no one wants to listen. Like, it's just,
I
and
knew
everyone,
that
like,
before.
right, thank you. I have college educated friends who voted for Trump, and they think tariffs are the way to go. And it's
Oh,
like,
Oh my
buddy, what do
God.
you think the
tariffs
World
are the way
Trade
to go. Oh.
Organization was built for? Like,
Like,
I
we're
See,
already facing
see,
inflation. What do
Yeah.
you think
see,
tariffs are going to do for us?
see,
They're not
people who
helping
vote for
America.
Trump, I mean, see, people who vote for Trump, I just don't understand. I mean, like, and like, I'm autistic too, and people who just see people who vote for Trump too. Just like, I don't understand as well. I mean, just it's just hard. It's hard for me to just, just confiscate all this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's how
Yeah.
my
understand.
dad tried to get me to pay attention to politics. He's like, you really need to pay attention. He was like, those tariffs, they're gonna affect your medications and
That's
your
what I was just
insurance and
saying.
Yeah.
all
So
That's
that.
what
it's
I'm scared about the
medications that are being
most.
affected
Yeah.
now, us, beyond
If
the
we get a
disability.
shortage, you know why. And
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like that's why like I try to tell my dad about like that's why I try to tell my dad about like if I wanted to get a car, I tell my dad like I really need to get a car and stuff like
Now,
that.
before
I really needed to.
it's a little late now. The tariffs are in effect, but yeah,
Okay, I found something.
yep.
Says this one genuinely scared me. My symptoms aren't shaking and convulsing type. My wife describes this one as finding me hunched over in a chair. My blackouts usually last 30 seconds or less, with recovery lasting 5 to 10 minutes. Today, recovery was more like 45 minutes. My wife was asking me basic questions during this time.
Oh, hey guys, I'm gonna pop off because I told my buddy. I just remembered I was gonna give him a call, but
Oh,
I love you guys.
No,
I'll
love
check
you
Yes,
tuning
soon.
in. Peace
it's great to see
out.
you.
see
I'm
you
sorry.
Tuesday
All
I
right,
am
bye.
listening.
or whenever.
Bye.
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 I forgot where I was at, so I'll
Oh, he had a scary seizure. His wife found him hunched over. It took a lot longer for him to recover this time. And then
Hey, you got it.
I think I remembered mostly.
He said my
Down.
wife was asking basic questions during this
Right.
time, and all I heard was gibberish. My son was also there. I was getting very agitated because nothing either of them were saying made sense. I couldn't remember my son's name. My wife had to tell me his name. When I did come around and was normal again, I felt very ashamed and guilty that I couldn't even remember his name.
Don't
It's,
don't
yeah,
feel sorry
one,
about.
don't
I
feel
mean,
guilty.
I understand why you feel bad, man. I have 5 kids, and if I did that, I'd be horrified, and I probably have done it. But yeah, it just sounds like
I've
maybe
forgotten family members' names. So, yeah.
yeah, right. I've forgotten extremely basic things. Um,
I've forgotten their faces. So
but what I would say is that's a signal that you need to go and talk to your doctor
Yeah.
because you have become medication resistant against whatever you're taking, or you need to up it, one or the other.
Or, I mean, yeah. Or it doesn't, maybe he's not taking
Something,
medication. Who knows?
yeah, I
Like,
mean,
he didn't
something
mention
needs to
he's
be, you
taking.
have to do something.
Yeah.
Something has to change. It's now become, it's ratcheted up to the next level. You're going to have to do something different. Whatever
And
that something is, talk to your doctor about. I can't say I'm not a doctor, but
mhm.
yeah. Everybody agree with that statement, maybe?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
We're
I
not
agree.
agree.
But yeah, definitely talk to the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't sound like it's a regular, normal thing. It doesn't sound like you feel very good about it,
And
right?
it sounds like
You're
it's
feeling
ramping
guilty.
up as well. I mean, if he said this one was 45-minute recovery compared to typical 5 to 10 minutes,
Yeah.
that's
That's a big
escalation.
difference.
And that's
Yeah, that's a
definitely
huge difference.
time to go talk to, yeah, you don't want brain damage. I mean, if your brain is off for that time or something, I don't mean to be scary with saying
No,
that, but like
it's
if
true.
your brain is off at that time, it's not getting oxygen or
My
signals
epilepologist
from,
said, yeah, every time I have one that's longer than 5 minutes, I am getting brain damage,
yeah, it's
basically.
when you're, yeah.
Um, I'm
Yeah,
just lucky
so
they've never seen it in an MRI or anything.
in the comments, someone said that's totally normal. Try not beating yourself up.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's why asking those questions helps. It shows when you're becoming more coherent. I even asked my husband his own name and birthday to judge if he's going back to normal. My husband's seizures scare me too, but I wouldn't be offended in any way if he couldn't remember his name or remember my name. Just means it's not over yet. Hang in there.
Exactly. And
that
just
is
because you
exactly
don't,
what my husband said earlier. You know how you know the seizure's over? You're coherent and you can actually answer the questions. And if you're not, then you're probably not. It's probably not done.
and everyone gets that as well. No one knows what's going on when they come out. They don't understand what they're hearing or what they're seeing, and that's not the scary part. But yeah, like now that it's escalating, definitely just talk to your doctor about it and just make sure they're aware.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
You just make them aware that that's happened because the difference is it is a big deal. I
Right.
mean, I didn't necessarily know that at first, but and now,
It could be underlying issues too.
exactly, right. Yeah. Or like I said, you might have just become completely medication resistant to that medicine, and then you really need to do something before you end up like me, getting like brain damage from 45-minute long seizures.
You guys talking about ice cream made me
Oh
go
God, I
grab
want
some
ice cream so
cream.
bad. I didn't buy any when I went to the store with my husband. I should have.
Oh, I want to go get ice cream now. Anyhow,
Oh
Pookie, if
man,
you ever get over to
I would love
Marin,
that. I would definitely down to get ice cream right now. So bad.
I bit my tongue
oh God,
really badly, so like it's all I can really eat. That's not that doesn't
oh
work.
yes, yeah,
okay, I know what you mean.
right,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yep. Hey Pookie, if you ever get over to Marin, the place I worked at is Silberman's ice cream.
Oh, I
It's
thought you were
been-
gonna say the bank.
What's that?
I thought you were gonna say the bank that you hated.
Oh, no, well, that's Bank of America. They're awful. But no, I worked for the ice cream place where I made the ice cream cakes and I managed the ice cream shop for 7 years. And it's Silberman's Ice Cream in San Rafael. And they've been in the same spot for 75 years and they're unbelievable. They make their ice cream on site and it's to die for. And they always have over 50 flavors, which is pretty amazing. Anyway,
Yeah, 50
Sorry.
flavors is a lot.
it is, right?
Isn't that more than Baskin Robbins? What did they
Oh,
say?
there's
They're 31.
yeah, they're
31
31.
flavors?
No, Curtis is serious about the ice cream. And then there's another case that's non-dairy, like gelato. And he makes it all in the giant ice cream machine, right? You can watch him make it. The ice cream. And he auctions off like things where you can make your own ice cream flavors, like 3 times a year for local schools. So that's always fun. Because then we get to sell it in the store too, or we used to get to sell it, not me anymore, I guess. But anyway, since we're talking about ice cream, I thought I'd throw that in there because you're the only one close enough to get there now.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, go ahead.
someone said different EEG results. I want to know, can EEG results differ just because of the subjective opinion of the doctor analyzing it? I had an EEG a month ago and it was written, I have multifocal epileptic activity. I just received results of another EEG and it was written, I don't have epileptic activity, but have pathological slowing of brain waves at some points during the EEG. Could it be that one doctor considers it different and not the same thing as epileptic activity?
If there are 2 different EEGs you had, then yes, absolutely. Like there could be
Yeah.
I'd get a
completely
third.
different brain activity happening. But if it's the same EEG they're looking at, I mean, it's the same information they're seeing, they should come up with the same result. It sounds like it's 2 different EEGs though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's 2 different EEGs. It's 2 different
Well-
people analyzing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're
So
never
what
gonna
if
get
you get a
I mean,
third
maybe
one?
he didn't have any
and that's the
activity the
truth?
one time.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's like maybe he does have that as well as epilepsy or some sort of abnormal brain activity.
I
Or-
mean, I had EEGs where it didn't show the same as the in-hospital ones,
Mm-hmm.
which they were 100% on.
Or you can get a third opinion, and then you can just go with best of 3.
There you go. Yeah. Or you can ask for a specialist, another person to look at the actual EEGs that you already have had done too.
I was gonna say, or
Third opinion, right?
take the other EEG to the other doctor and the other one to the other doctor and see what
There
they
you
say.
go. Have you guys
do that.
check each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I wonder if they would do it.
Okay, I have something else. Had a 3-minute epileptic seizure yesterday. Just want to take a moment to thank the people who keep me going. This has been a rough week. My epilepsy has been flaring up weekly lately, way more than usual, 4 to 6 episodes a year. Yesterday's seizure lasted around 3 minutes, and honestly, it's exhausting. But I need to shout out my wife and friends. They've been my absolute lifeline, helping me physically, keeping me steady emotionally, and just being there when things feel overwhelming. I don't say it enough, but their support is the reason I can push through this. To anyone else battling chronic health issues, who's your unsung hero keeping you going? My mom, my unsung hero.
I've said it enough, I think, on this podcast. My mom, seriously, we've like just really briefly, she's the one who moved me out to Ohio to become a Buckeye. In that 4 years, I've seen her go through so much. Like my dad cheated on her birthday, she found out. I've seen her in abusive relationships get cheated on again, and I've seen her in car accidents where they told me she was never going to walk again.
Oof.
But we've stuck by each other, and she is the only reason I'm this peppy, this happy, this willing to keep going.
That's,
Over everything I have.
that's great.
I have so, like, my friends and family just all support me in different ways. And even my daughter can't even, she's only 4 and she helps me and she doesn't even know how much she helps me.
Yeah. My
Sometimes I get that from my kids. They don't know how helpful they are sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter, I have twins. My oldest children are twins. They're going to be 21 in August. And my son is going to Santa Cruz, University of Santa Cruz. But my daughter, twin daughter, stayed with us. And she takes care of both me and my husband.
Wow.
And she helps out with the animals a little bit, and her younger siblings some. She cooks and she bakes like almost every day. I'm so proud of her. She just took up right as soon as I fell down, she picked it up.
After my mom's accident, I became their full-time caregiver, which led into my seizures. But it'll just tell her, like, just from someone else, like, I know how difficult that is, and the respect that, like, she deserves is unreal.
Yeah, they asked me to talk to her about getting certified as our caregiver, so that
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Did you get paid? Were you certified and getting paid,
Nope.
or just it was
Nope,
just?
I was just there for
Okay.
them.
I
My
just know
sister
because I
gets
know
paid.
what's that? Your
My
sister gets
sister
paid?
gets paid.
Okay.
She's my caretaker.
So is it like 40 hours a week, 30 hours a week, or just? I
I
mean,
think it's
you're in the same state as me, so I'm just curious.
I'm not sure how many hours. Well, it's 53 hours in 2 weeks. So
Okay.
you get 107 hours a month or something like that.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Because I have to look it up. I have to, and she agreed that she would do it. I mean, she's already doing it. She just has to go to one day of a class and then pass like a little written test or something. And I wanted to, so that she has some income of her own, because she's sacrificing her young 20s to take care of us, right? So
Mhm.
yeah.
High
That's
five to
amazing,
her.
though.
But I mean, she does. She's got a job too, sort of. She's an artist, an online artist. She does, like people who have like a YouTube channel and then they have like an animated person
Or,
that's their like
Mhm.
little
Oh, yeah.
their emoji person. She draws those and animates
awesome.
them. Actually,
Nice.
both my daughters do that. My youngest daughter's just turned 14 and she animates online too. So my girls, they're my artists.
Nice.
It's incredible, actually. I can't believe it. Yeah.
I got another post. It says Klonopin and alcohol.
Oh,
I drank a fair, huh? Said I drank a fair amount last night.
No.
Probably stopped at like 3 a.m. and now it's 11 a.m. Would it be too much of a risk to take Klonopin? I originally have it prescribed for anxiety and epilepsy, and now I'm having not only anxiety and anxiety about having a seizure. I won't do it again. I fucking hate it. I should know better with my condition, but I also have a problem with alcohol. I'm just hoping to get an answer relatively soon.
No, don't, of
Don't.
course.
And don't you
But,
dare drink ever again. I don't care how much you have a problem with it.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Like I get
there's,
that. I'm not being mean. Like my oldest friend in the whole world was a serious alcoholic, and when she flipped her car over and hung upside down in her seatbelt with a broken leg for 8 hours, she decided it probably wasn't a good idea to drink again. Finally.
It unfortunately takes that long for some
Yeah,
people.
so, you know, a
Like,
anxiety, I don't know if that's enough, but hopefully you realize that it could be much, much worse. You could have woke up in the ER or something.
I know the last thing people want to do is check themselves into a rehab clinic as well, but that might be one of the best things you could possibly do for yourself is get the medication you need from a rehab clinic as well as getting clean off of alcohol. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be one of the hardest things you do, but while you're there, you can work on bettering yourself. You can find the medication that works for you best, and
Mhm.
you can hopefully, you know, learn to kick the alcohol. I
To
know
say
my dad was an
no.
alcoholic. It's not easy.
She has
Yeah.
been clean for 19 years. You can
Yeah.
do it.
Oh yeah,
It's
he
possible.
doesn't drink either anymore.
And that's from
I
having
think 3 or 4 years for me.
totally alcoholic parents too. Completely alcoholic
Congratulations.
parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not
I'm not
easy.
an alcoholic. I haven't
Um,
touched alcohol in 4 years.
Good for you.
It's I mean
Good for you.
I was having seizures and still drinking.
I haven't touched alcohol. Like I haven't touched alcohol in more than 200 days. You know,
Let's
like
go. Congratulations.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Keep it up, man.
Almost to a
Jeez.
year.
yeah,
Congratulations.
I mean like, you know, like yeah, I mean like, you know, like when I experienced about alcohol, I mean like, you know, like I mean, you know, like yeah, I mean, you know, like during my you know, like during my bouncing like career, like during my bouncing days, like my college days, like I mean like I was more of a party guy. I was more of a party guy. I didn't really know like
I
what catch me up to
understand
the
that.
whole I didn't understand pretty much more of the whole things what I was doing. But my college years, I was more of a party guy, and I'll be like, "Hey, yeah, let's drink and all that stuff," and people would just walk away from me until I started noticing, pick up the pictures and stuff, and then like I was drinking for like more than 200 days, and I was I was drinking for years and all that stuff, and then like and I was experiencing loss and grief and all of that stuff, and and just like and
It's hard.
I was making a lot of sad music,
It,
like and yeah,
Brain does
like
good.
and it just wasn't the way to go.
Mhm.
And it just wasn't the way to go. And I just decided to like what am I doing to make this happen? Just like that's why I told myself like this cannot work for myself anymore.
Yeah.
Like this can't work for myself anymore. And like I'm picking up, like I'm drinking and I'm working like hardly and all this stuff. And that's why I decided like that's why I have to stop with substance use completely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good on you for realizing it and making that decision.
Yeah.
I mean, no one ever changes for anyone else. The only time truly I believe you will ever change is when you want to better yourself and you love yourself and you want yourself to be better. And I have a question really quickly. Does not necessarily abuse, but did anyone like use drugs to an extent before epilepsy? Because I will say in high school, I definitely experimented with a whole never injectables, no heroin or
No.
like anything hard like that, but we used to get like research chemicals when my friend would go buy Xanax from his friend. He would throw in like an extra $5, $10 and he would throw in some research chemicals and we would snort them, we would take them, we would
Wow.
do LSD, shrooms, DMT,
All right.
all the psychedelics and stuff. And sometimes I look back on it, I'm like, maybe this is my fault that I have these issues. But then I look at my
No.
friends who also did that and they're
No.
fine. And I'm like,
I don't think it's your fault.
No, I feel like epilepsy was just gonna happen.
yeah,
It just eventually happened. I mean, not
Yeah.
like you, because you said George was from being
An
hit in
injury.
the head.
Yeah.
But I feel
But-
like if you're gonna get it, you're gonna
But-
get it. Just it's already there. I feel
Right.
like
But it was basically like it turned it, eternal. It
turn
was
on.
a switch. You know,
Yeah.
even though I had had a couple small things as a kid, it had kind of turned off. But yeah.
And I think that's what mine was a little bit. It was more of a switch because I think I was kind of fine up until my mom's accident. I became her full-time caregiver. I worried about her constantly. I
Stress.
don't know if I mentioned that, like, me and my brothers found my mom's suicide note when we were about
Oh,
12 years old,
Oh
when
God.
I was about 12
no.
years old.
That's
And we
terrible.
got the help she needed and everything like that. Like I remember, I have a distinct image of walking out into the garage of my house and my brother's bawling on the phone. It's like the only time I've ever seen my brother cry, calling, talking to the police officer or something like that, like begging them to get my mom. And she came home, she's fine, but it's like I dealt with kind of the stress of is she mentally okay after her accident and everything? And a year after taking care of her,
Are you
I had my
going
first
home now,
seizure.
Dean?
And it's just like, I probably was always there, but it was that switch. It was that traumatic experience that turned it on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's, I think
Like
that's
she said, it's just the switch got hit eventually
Yeah,
to where it was already there.
yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like mine was there since my accident, and then the switch came on once I started taking Benadryl as a teen.
Mhm. And I had to take Benadryl because I had horrible, horrible allergies. There was no choice, right? Didn't have any other options then. When I was a
Right.
kid.
Did
So
you
like
know
I
that
was
they used to
talking
use
to a
ketchup?
close friend. Yeah, yeah, okay. So I talked to a close friend that so I talked to a close friend that she was a teacher, and like I was talking to a close friend, and when we were talking and we talked for like so many years, and like for so many years, and taught so many years, and that like her student like wants to like commit suicide and stuff. And like right now it's not looking very good and stuff like that. And I told her and I'm about to I don't really have the words to say anything because like my brain's kind of gone right now.
It's okay. It's all right.
So but like just like yeah but just like but just like yeah but just like my brain's gone right now and stuff.
All right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to go right now, but just like um to go right now, but just like I think like pretty much of with the whole like suicide thing and stuff like that, um with the whole suicide thing and stuff like that, just like all like like on like I think that's like really real. It really is.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really, I mean, I definitely had a bit more of a experience with it than a lot of people do, and I know a lot of people have family members, unfortunately, but I think it's just one of those traumatic experiences that flips a switch, causes some rewiring in your brain or a miswiring in your brain,
Yeah.
and leads to that. Because I distinctly remember my first aura. Like now that I know what auras are, I was driving home from my mom's place after taking care of them, going back to mine, and um, I was just driving along, and I just remember pulling down my beanie and just not knowing what was going on. I was like, what? Yeah, and just thinking it was a panic attack. Like, oh, I'm probably getting panic attacks from anxiety from my parents' accident.
Hmm.
And then less than a month later, first grandma. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always there. It's always there. Just some people are luckier than others and it just doesn't switch on.
You know, it's wild that it waited until it did for me.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah,
a lot of, there was a lot of trauma, way lot of trauma,
yeah.
from teenager, well, from like 13, 12, 13, till I actually did turn on at 44. So
That's why it's
I'm
important
glad,
not
right?
to.
I got to be like a good mom when the kids were little, and I
Still a
was
great mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a
like
great mom. You're there for your
yeah,
kids. You're
Yeah.
doing great.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I feel terrible whenever they have to call for their father to come.
I think
give
I
me
what
something, whatever.
I think that's why it's even worse that people blame themselves or that we blame ourselves sometimes for like what we have is because like there's people with really bad trauma out there who don't have these issues, who just their brains have learned to deal with it or something like that, or just
Right.
but at the same time there's people with less issues, like they didn't have their heads get hit against something when they were younger, and
Yeah,
it's but they still have seizures.
right.
And it's just unfortunate that it's just the pick of the litter, the pick of the bunch, whoever gets it. It looks like you got something there, Pookie. You got another.
Yeah. It says I had my first seizure at 15. I still don't really have an explanation. For some context, the day I had a seizure wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I went to school normally, periods 1 through 4 to be exact. I remember clearly. According to my friends, at my fourth period lunch table, I talked fine and looked normal. Cut fifth period biology, I had a quiz that I was far from ready for. So, of course, I was stressing out, but this was normal for me. I'm not exactly great at bio. Anyway, about 2 minutes into the quiz, my teacher walked by me and realized I was falling out of my chair and my eyes were rolling into the back of my head. I was having classic seizure symptoms. According to the people I know, I was put on a stretcher and taken to the children's hospital. I had no idea what happened until I was told. There, there, I had 2 more that day with similar symptoms. They kept me for the weekend. There, where I felt honestly back. There, where I felt honestly back to a decently normal feeling after that day, and I haven't felt overly weird since. Theories me and my family have. Keep in mind, I took MRI and EEG, and they were both normal. My family's theories are stress. I've had multiple panic attacks and stressful around that time. Thanks to my grades and emotionally abusive relationship. Burned out. I play football and volleyball, and I had been practicing for both, often going to volleyball practice after football, lifting 5 days a week. Another reason could be my hormones or the food I had at lunch. I doubt it was that, but it was literally just school Tyson chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce on them. I go to a nice school district with decent lunch and it tasted normal. And I don't remember exactly how this happened, and it couldn't have been the nuggets.
So yeah,
Water.
sounds like
Could have been water.
water. It
Yeah,
sounds
there
like all of it. I mean,
Any of
stress,
those
water, abusive relationship, a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Overall stress.
Overall
Well,
stress.
It's just good you haven't had another one.
And I mean,
Yeah.
who knows
This
if
is
those
your one,
those
right?
panic attacks, well, he said he had 2 more later that day, but who knows if those panic attacks were auras that he just didn't quite recognize, like I didn't
Exactly.
understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because at 15 years old, can you really pinpoint what a panic attack is? Like 100%? Like
I didn't know.
I didn't know. I'm 25, was having them at 24, and I thought they were panic attacks, but they were auras. Like I don't know what they are.
Sorry, I've
They
been
feel
cutting
very
in and
similar
out.
because I had
Oh,
panic
yeah.
attacks before.
Yeah, I keep seeing you like dip out, and I'm like, oh, is he gone? And then you join back. Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps like cutting in and out.
No
My
worries.
internet is extremely unstable because I'm Starlink, so and we're way up in the
Ooh,
mountains.
Starling.
Oh, okay.
So every now and then you guys will freeze, and then I'll get just a little bit of the
Little blank
conversation at
in
the
the
end.
satellites.
Yeah, I noticed when you freeze too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why it's happening. It's not that we have really cruddy, internet
Yeah.
service or anything like that. Yeah, it's just the Starlink because that was the only one that we could get up here that would work. Yeah, we're pretty far out there.
Something I'm gonna do. Sorry, I know I'm just kind of changing the subject away from the Pookie
That's
thing,
fine.
but
Go ahead.
like when I'm getting those kind of phantom smells or I feel myself kind of going, I'm gonna just really focus in on what someone's talking about. Like just
Sure.
really just listen to someone's words because I feel like it is a little bit of that like not paying attention to what people are listening or saying and stuff like that kind of adds on to it. I don't know. It's like if I can just focus on or grasp onto what someone is saying, it will help me just stay grounded a little bit instead of flying away. Because that's what it kind of feels
To
like.
ride through it
I
instead of,
stopped paying
yeah.
attention and I float away a little bit.
Yeah. Get unstuck.
Yeah. But at 15 years old, to have 3 seizures in one day is insane.
That's a lot. I don't know.
Right.
That's way too much.
And they should have found something. I don't know
Yeah.
what, but
They need to have you on an EEG, and I am surprised they found nothing in your CT or MRI. Even like they need to do, they need to keep doing them to see if anything's changing in your brain as well, because
Yeah.
that can give you answers.
And I had a seizure in high school before, so
Yeah. Oh, I know how, and dude, I mean that's gonna just compound on the stress. Don't like let it like, because I
yeah.
know you're gonna be afraid to be like that seizure kid at school or something like that, or kids might. But at the
No.
same time, you're gonna be that cool ass kid who has seizures. Like you're gonna be the interesting kid who
Right.
had a seizure
Yeah.
mid test.
there you
Like
go.
I
Oh.
low-key feel like I'm a kind of a cool guy at work because I have seizures. People look at me with that like I got a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And take
All
that
my
with you.
friends were trying to like get as much information.
Yeah.
My
Hey,
girlfriend
Rick.
was scared to hell.
Rick,
Good to see you.
I bet she was in here in high school.
Yeah. I mean, I can describe what they described to me. They said I hit
But yeah,
one desk one way, then I hit my head hit the desk another way.
Oh.
All the kids went running to the opposite side of the room. But
that's awful.
and I was in the back of the classroom.
That's terrible.
Imagine EMT trying to get to you.
so Rick, yesterday I had a focal aware. I was hanging with my stepdad and he was talking about something and I was just looking out the window at like this tree that was there. And I was really focused on that tree. I couldn't look away. I couldn't make out what he was saying. I didn't know why I was looking at the tree. But then when I came out of it, he was like, nachos, how'd that sound? And I told him I didn't hear anything you said before nachos. And he was like, okay, you did look a little spaced out. And I was like, what were you saying again?
Right,
Nachos sounds good.
Heck yeah.
You haven't had any seizures, have you, Rick?
March 9th was the last one I had.
All right.
Not bad.
Good.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I think you're better. You're better than me and Pookie and Cantuna.
Right.
I'm not sure about Jason. What about Angel? When did you say you had one in February? January?
It was March or February. I
Okay.
have to go look at my journal to see.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to. I was just, we were just going over it.
Like
Since
I
someone new.
messaged my neurologist right away. Like I had a seizure. Well, not right away, but as soon as I remembered I had a seizure, it was like I had a seizure. I messaged her.
Yeah.
You gotta remember. That's the
You
funniest
know-
part.
I kind of stopped messaging mine every time because it's sort of like it's not like I'm going to get a sooner appointment unless I call and really complain like a psycho, which
Yeah.
I don't know why. He's always like, hey, so I need to see you in 2 months. And then they literally send me an appointment that's 6 months out. Why do they do that? What? Like they can't see the doctor's notes, right? And then you have to
Like-
call me a jerk to the appointment people, right?
Yeah.
Or this time I just decided I'm in the middle of moving and I don't have time to be the jerk. I've got to do. So yeah,
Like, I messaged mine just for clarity. Like, look, I got it somewhere documented that I
Yeah,
had
no,
a
it's great
seizure
that you- 'cause-
that day.
especially since you are living alone, right? You don't.
Not me.
Oh, okay, you're not living alone. Do you have anyone who? Because I can't keep track of my stuff anymore. It doesn't. My husband has to. I'm
I
just.
have my mother with me, my sister with me,
Oh,
and
okay. So
her.
you're with family then, because I knew you
Yeah,
said that you were a single father. So I was thinking you were living
yeah. Me and my wife are going through
going
custody
through.
battles, and she also mentioned divorce and stuff. But
Right. I remembered you had
before
said that.
then, she was like the primary, like keeping track of all that stuff, like your husband does for you.
Right. Because I tried real hard and I discovered I wasn't doing such a good job. And yeah, uh, I guess I'll tell him
I
I
have
have.
another one. Got one that says, "Please help. Seizure aura won't go away. The ER won't help me. What do I do?" So I've been having this terrible seizure aura that just won't go away. It's been like this for the past few days. A very strong sense of doom and paranoia. Very strange smells and very metallic burning rubber. I went to the ER and they just told me it's anxiety and that they can't really do anything unless I actually have a full blown seizure, which honestly is kind of terrifying that they can't even help me. They scheduled me an appointment with my neurologist, but I have to wait 3 whole months for that. What am I supposed to do now about the aura that won't go away?
I
Ask
think,
an EEG test. Like,
Ooh.
that's what I would say. If they don't trust that, if they think it's anxiety, like tell them, then put an EEG on and figure it out.
right. Yeah. And I don't like that they have 3 months out for a neurologist.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Right.
okay, the burning rubber smell combined with some of the other things just really is too close to the edge. I mean, all those things, if I have those things, it's only going to be a matter of minutes before I'm completely unconscious and possibly stopping breathing, you know. So they should definitely give them some rescue medication or something because the rescue medication can stop that. Not always, but it can. That's, why my neurologist said to take it if I get the aura and I recognize the burning rubber or the toast or the roses or whatever the aura is, watery vision, whatever. If I can take it before it happens, sometimes I can stop it. Not always, but at least 50% of the time or more. I feel like they aren't really helping this person. They need to get themselves
Yeah.
some rescue medication until they can get this appointment. What do you guys think? Am I crazy here?
No, I fully
No.
agree. I mean, the last seizure I had in March, I was at the ER. They gave me a whole bunch of medication, and then they were looking at 10 months out for an appointment.
Oh my
And my
heavens.
wife just kept making phone calls and said, "You just guys just do a medication. You don't even know if it's going to work or not." And he just had a major seizure. You
Right.
know, that you can't wait 10 months out. And
That's
luckily, a nurse gave a secret code. So I had seen a neurologist on a on an iPad and said, "Oh, well, he had a consultation." They said, "Oh, okay, we can see him in 2 months," which is still far out, but at least it was a
but
lot
so
sooner,
much less. I
right?
mean,
Right?
wow, we're talking 40 weeks versus 8 weeks. That's
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Isn't the medical system messed up in America? I'm sorry, I didn't say
It is.
that.
It is.
I think they need bigger hospitals with more doctors.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or
absolutely. I
neurologists that
mean,
work at night.
The nurse that I literally was helping me after my seizure was telling me like how fucked up the system is. Like
Yeah.
he was, yeah.
Oh, no.
So they know.
Yeah.
like since the 90s, we've heard there's going to be doctor shortages, there's going to be nurses shortages. Well, it's real.
Yeah.
They've been warning us for like
Mhm.
30 plus years,
Yeah.
and it's here. I
If you
mean,
want to watch a crazy movie, watch Sicko. It's about like our
Yeah.
healthcare system as it transitioned from 99 to 2000, and it is absolutely disgusting what we used to do
hmm,
to people. Like, like delirious
just watched
grandmas
two
thrown into
hospitals.
cabs and kicked out on the side of New York like times. Like
That's
it's
crazy.
disgusting.
Yeah, I just watched two hospitals get shut down on the news the other night. I'm like, wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, when they informed me that the closest hospital only has 12 beds here,
Ooh,
not exactly
that
what I wanted to
sucks.
hear.
I think I
But
saw
you know, they're good people. And our neighbor right down the road, he came down on the local yard sale and he told me that his wife's about to be a medical nurse practitioner. So if I have a problem, I am willing. He said it's fine to come down and ask her for help. So there's that.
Yeah, one of my friends is a registered nurse.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
So earlier, I don't think any of you guys were here besides Sailor Mom. I was asking, someone said that they had a seizure from watching horror movies. They said, does anybody watch horror movies and get so scared that they have seizures? And I was explaining that I was watching court TV the other day and I was watching the cops with the body cams, like chasing people and doing stuff. And I started like sweating and stuff and my heart's beating. I'm like, what's going on? So that was, I didn't have a seizure, I guess. Or I might have. That might have been a seizure, the sweating part.
I mean,
Yeah,
But,
because you start that heavy sweating and stuff can be definitely.
yeah, I haven't got a tonic clonic from any scary movies, and that wasn't exactly a scary movie, but I guess it's the cops. Cops
I
just
mean,
get to me.
most
Yeah.
of my
Watching the cops.
auras come on from me seeing stuff. I've tried to stop using Reddit. I usually use Reddit for like all my news, but it's scary seeing a lot of the stuff you see on there. It's a lot of what's going on with the like you see a bunch of ICE people like arresting people, and it's just scary to watch. I can feel the auras like come on from that. It's like that panic attack is what starts or not the panic, but the anxiety from watching is what starts the aura.
Right.
I haven't even tried to watch a scary movie really since.
I have watched some scary movies, but the thing that really starts my heart going like that, yeah, is the same thing as like reality things when I watch
Yeah.
real
I stopped
crime
listening
things.
to.
I used to be able to do true crime things. I can't really do that anymore.
I actually think one of the first. No, maybe this was around 24. I remember distinctly I stopped listening to NPR because they were talking about the Ukraine-Russian war, and I got an aura from like listening to it because it was like I was just thinking about whatever. Yeah, but
It's very serious.
yeah.
Overwhelming. Yeah.